Good afternoon, folks. My name is Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent to these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the state attorney's office can prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the Public Defender's Office, I'll gladly appoint them to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Amber Dury. Afternoon, Amber. What's your date of birth?
8/9/86.
All right, Amber, I have a warrant for you out of Pasco County. Apparently, somebody down there thinks you failed to appear on 4 different counts. The judge that signed the warrant set your bonds at $25,013 on the first 3 counts, $5,013 on the 4th count, which should be $80,052 total. If you were able to post that bond, you could get out of jail here, go down to Newport Richey and find out when they want you in court. If you cannot post that bond, I will give Pasco 5 days to come get you. It doesn't take 5 with Pasco. For some unforeseen reason, you're still here in 5 days. They'll bring you back to see me, and I'll find out what the holdup is, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael Ely. Afternoon, Michael. What's your date of birth?
12/6/69.
Michael, there's 2 charges today. I've got a burglary of a conveyance, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. 3 charges. There's probable cause for all 3. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I'd like to hire counsel.
All right. And state, what can you tell me?
I'm not seeing any in-state criminal history for him, and I don't have any convictions, just arrest for disorderlies.
Okay. And Michael, you got a job these days?
Yeah.
What do?
I'm a union iron worker.
Okay. Have you been doing that recently?
Not in the last couple of months.
Okay. All right. Then as to the methamphetamine, I'm going to set the bond at 1,000. As to the paraphernalia, 500. As to the burglary, I'm going to set the bond at 5,000. Condition of the bond on the burglary is that you're not to go back to 16270 Friendly Road in Brooksville until this case is resolved. Both these cases are coming back February 4th. Very important that you tell your lawyer that date when you speak with him, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. William Flores. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
Good afternoon, 8/25/89.
Mr. Floyd, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for violation of probation. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to change the date. We'll have you back in court on January 15th. The public defender will come see you before you go to court, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Melissa Kincaid. Want to miss what's your date of birth?
82.
Melissa, you're here on a writ of bodily attachment. That means to the child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owe some child support.
Yes, sir.
They set a cash purge of $677. Do you have that much money, Melissa?
Absolutely not, sir. I just had a baby on December 26th.
Okay. Were you
And
working before that?
I was working up until August, and then I had seizures so I wasn't allowed to work. And I'm supposed to start working next week at the Dollar Tree
Okay.
on Tuesday.
Okay. And then is there any amount of money, Melissa, that you could get to the jail today if it meant getting out of jail? Any amount at all?
I mean, I might be able to get like $50, but
Okay.
it's hard because, like I said, I have to go back to work next week.
Right? Okay.
And my son is having a shelter hearing right now. They had to take my son into DCF custody because I didn't have anybody to take him.
Okay.
If there's any way I could have a little bit of time to work something out with
Hang on. What I'm going to do is find there's contempt for the fail to pay child support, and the sanction for that contempt is 10 days in the county jail or until you come up with $25 cash. So $25 gets you out, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank
Okay,
you
now
so
hang on. Once you're out, this is still a problem, okay? You still got to get yourself to child support and figure out what to do with this, because if you do nothing, they're going to repeat the process and you're going to get arrested again, okay?
Yes, sir. I report it as soon as I get a new job every
All right.
time.
Very good.
Thank you.
You bet. Maylin Billings. Afternoon, Miss Billings. What's your date of birth?
3/28/76.
Miss Billings, the charge is trespassing. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender,
I'll
please.
appoint the PD. State.
Just a no motor vehicle registration with full adjudication 2019.
And young lady, I have an address for you on Jackson Avenue in Town. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
For almost 2 years now.
Do you have a job these days?
No, I'm a homemaker.
Okay. All right. Ms. Billings, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today, so they're going to let you out. You'll be back in court on the 5th of February, and it's important that you understand that you can't go back to the Town Community Center, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
James Lilly? After Mr. Lilly, what's your date of birth?
1/28/79.
All right, Mr. Lilly, you're here on a probable cause arrest for violation of probation. There is probable cause for the VOP. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that, of course, is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to change the date. I'll have you back on January 29th on the VOP. And then you were scheduled for court with me today on your traffic case, which is 18 CT 3606. Obviously, you were in jail, which is why you weren't here this morning. I'm going to move that case to the 11th of February. I want you to, we need to see what's going on with the probation case before we do anything with that case, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you'll be back in court on this one on January 29th and back in front of me on February 11th, all right?
Okay.
All right, thanks. So we call it habeas on that. If there's an estate, set that aside. 211, click on notify. All right. Timothy Quick. Okay. Afternoon, Tim. What's your date of birth?
12271.
All right, Tim, this is 2 warrants, both signed by Judge Merritt. In both cases, he found probable cause for a VOP. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on those is no bond. We'll get you in front of Judge Merritt on the 21st of January. Public defender will come see you before that, all right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Ronald Quillen?
Yes.
Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
July 15th, 1947.
Ronald, the charge is battery on a person 65 or older. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
A PD.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
No priors, Your Honor.
And Ronald, I had an address for you on Sonora Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
All right. And how long have you lived there?
Approximately almost 5 years.
All right. And Miss Purcell was living there with you?
Yes.
Okay. Are you working these days?
I'm retired.
Set your bond to $500. Condition of the bond is that while these charges are pending, you'll have no contact with Miss Purcell. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message. You don't contact her through any social media. You don't have a third person contact her. Don't go where she lives. Don't go where she works. Don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting her, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond can be revoked, and you can be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if she wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that she cannot drop the charges against you. That is not a decision she's allowed to make. She may go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges. She may tell them she's not interested in pursuing this matter, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. In addition, I have to hold you this afternoon up until 4 p.m. so that if she wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only could you get your bond revoked here, you could get new charges for violating the injunction. As far as that address on Sonora is concerned, as long as she's there, you'll have to find somewhere else to stay until we get this case resolved. You can go by one time to collect your things, your clothes, your toothbrush, for wherever you plan to stay. To accomplish that, however, you must contact the sheriff's office first. They would meet you there with a deputy who would stand by while you get your things and get going where you're going. I'm going to have you back in court on the 4th of February. Very important that you contact the public defender's office when you get out, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, I'm supposed to contact the public defender?
Yep.
I don't know who it is.
Well, you can find out where the office is and make a phone call, and they'll hook you up.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah?
The young lady also told me that, that you already explained that. That's fine.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. Thank you. Stephen Slattery. Afternoon,
Awesome.
Stephen. Date of birth?
Unfortunately, but
Stephen, I got 3 charges today. Simple assault on a law enforcement officer, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting without violence. There's probable cause for all 3. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
It looks like a state prison sentence was imposed for possession of a firearm by felon and possession of controlled substance adjudication in 2018. And a petty theft, third conviction, which was right before that. And 2016, adjudication in 16 for a battery, adjudication in 16 for a petty theft, a criminal mischief, adjudication in 15, adjudication in 2013 for a battery. That's all you are.
Stephen, I have an address for you on Stillwater Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
Since I got out of prison.
Okay, how long is that?
3 months.
Okay, and you have a job these days?
I work for my uncle.
Okay,
He was a subcontractor.
what kind of work do you do?
Finish and drywall.
Okay. I'll set your bond at $1,000 on each count. That's a total of $3,000. I'll have you back in court on the 5th of February. Make sure if you get out, you contact the public defender right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
And Matthew Petruccelli. Afternoon, Matthew. What's your date of birth?
Which one, Your Honor? 3152.
Matthew, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for 5 counts. One is a RICO violation and 4 counts of burglary. And you're currently serving a prison sentence, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So we'll leave the bonds per the warrant, which is $25,000 on count 1, $10,000 on the other 4, for a total of $65,000. I'll change your date to January 29th. Public defender will come see you before then, get you to court, see if we can't get this resolved, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.